This is the Rings My Coppinger, and we are here at Big Bear Lake, California with Arnold Barboza. He's going to be challenging for his first world title in a Ring Magazine Junior Welterweight Championship match against Teofimo Lopez on May 2nd in Times Square. Ring Magazine's Fatal Fury, City of the Wolves card. Arnold, thank you so much for being with us. 33 years old now, in December, a couple of months ago, and yeah, first world title shot. You know, most guys get their title shot sooner. You had to wait a long time, and you've earned it.
Yeah, man, it's been a long road. You know, it's been a roller coaster of a career. You know, I'm very fortunate, and I'm very happy that I stood patient. And it's here.
And not only have you been chasing a title shot for a long time, but you've been chasing Teofimo Lopez in particular for what seems like, 5 years now, maybe?
No, since we're top rank, it's been about 4 years, and I've been, ever since he moved to the 140 division, I've been chasing this fight. I'm very excited, I'm very anxious, and I can't wait.
What was it about Teofimo Lopez? Obviously, he's a big name, but in particular, that really drew you to this fight?
Oh man, it started in the beginning. The little things that father said or whatever. I don't want to get into too many details, but at the end of the day, I think boxing is about finding the best. And I think Teo is the best in the division, other than myself. But I'm excited. I'm excited to. I'm here like an old school fighter. I'm trying to fight the best fighters in the division. So, I think Teo's at the top. So, why not?
Yeah, Teofimo Lopez, big star. He's a pound-for-pound guy. And not only the WBO champion, but he has the Ring Magazine championship. That's the big one, obviously. He's the lineal champ. Does that add a little extra meaning for this fight for you?
Oh man, it adds a lot. I've dreamed of getting that ring belt, man. And that ring belt is amazing. So on top of the WBO, so you get two birds, one stone, right? So I'm excited, man. I'm excited for that ring belt. I'm excited for the WBO belt.
Now, like we said, you've waited a long time for this shot. But to me, it's a blessing in disguise, right? You're going to be better prepared than ever before. You're on an incredible run right now. Yeah. You had the win over Sean McComb in April, and then you come right back. You're staying very active. You beat Jose Ramirez in November, which was the biggest win of your career to that point, and then you top that fight with your win over Jack Catterall in February. So, you're going to have basically 4 fights in the last 13 months. You can't be better than this, right?
No, like I was telling you, I don't know. I don't see anybody in boxing doing it right now. Fighting, 3 of the top 5 guys in their division, in like a 5-month span. So we're staying active, and it's kind of like the old school mentality. I told my fiance, I was like, we'll take a break after. I always say that, and then I get a fight a week later. It's an even bigger fight, so I'm excited.
Especially in boxing today, you see so many of these fighters, right? They're prospects or contenders. They're protected, and then they go straight from fighting, journeyman to, hey, you're in a title shot now. Yeah. For you got a great preparation. You fight Jose Ramirez, a former champion, and Jack Catterall, who he wasn't a champion, but everyone thought he beat Josh Taylor. I think this is great preparation. I mean, how much better prepared do you feel right now than maybe if you had this fight a couple of years ago?
Oh man, you know what? I think you bring a really good point because I think that it's all God's timing. And it's written. For me to win this fight. Like you said, if I would have got this fight, maybe when I asked for it, maybe I wasn't ready. I know for sure I wasn't ready outside of boxing, but now getting this fight, at this time, I think it's just perfect timing because all the situations that I've been in, especially my last 2 fights, going to Saudi, and then going to Manchester in a hostile environment, talking about 10, 15,000 plus fans booing me. That was amazing. That was dope. So I think everything's just molded me for this moment. I don't think this moment is going to be too big for me. Because I've been in a situation already. So an underdog in the last 2 fights, so underdog for the 3rd time. People are making money, send me my percentage, you know what I mean? But yeah,
Yeah, like you said, this is the 3rd fight in a row. You're going to be the underdog. You're 2-0 in those fights now. Yeah. Do you like that rule?
I love it, man. I love it. There's just no pressure, you know what I mean? Like, when I went to Manchester, I was like, oh, you guys got to sell the fight. I don't, you know what I mean? Like, I'm just here to fight, that's all I'm here to do. And New York's the same thing. That's like supposed to be his where he's from, so I just got to show up and fight, So I love the underdog role, man. It's no pressure at all.
Both of those fights, close decisions, you can pull them out. What kind of character do you think that builds for you, really learning how to win those close fights?
Oh, man, it builds a lot of character, you know what I mean? And it shows, my discipline, my father has done a really good job of changing little things in camp and doing little things different. So it builds a lot of character, man. Look, I was my last fight. You know, I could have got out of control. You know, with the fans booing, and I could have got into it, and you know, but man, I'm just very excited, and I'm very happy that things planned out the way it did.
Yeah, and that fight with Jack Catterall, not only is it a close fight, but like you said, you're in Manchester, in his backyard. So as the ring announcers were getting ready to say who won the fight, what's going through your mind there?
Oh man, so I was very confident, just like I was with the Ramirez fight that I won the fight, right? Like I was like, there's no way Catterall beat me. I had nothing in my face. Like he didn't land anything significant. I mean, the best shots that he landed to me were like when they called, like, the referee said break and he hit me, you know. But you know, when they started reading the scorecards, I was just like, man, like don't do this to me, you know. Like this is, but like I was just very confident, you know. Like this is just written for me to win, you know. Like I didn't feel like I was gonna lose, but you know, when I got the decision, man, I don't think people understand how big that was, you know. And you know, you look at my last 3 fights, man, it's really good competition, you know, and really good, you know, places to fight at. So man, I was just very excited, very happy to win, man, because I knew that this fight was gonna happen next.
Yeah, and also you're seeing a lot of different styles now. You saw Jose Ramirez, obviously has the Mexican style, pressure fighter. Yeah. And then Jack Catterall likes to box off the back foot, very slick.
Yeah.
How much does that prepare you think, for Teofimo Lopez, who can do a lot of different things in the ring?
Yeah, it prepares me, you know, for Teo. You know, like you got Ramirez, who's a strong bull, you know, and you got Catterall, who's more like a chess match, you know, and more of like you got to think in there, you know, at the same time on the fly. So I think all this, like I said, is all like not only the scenarios, you know, where I would fought at, but just their styles just prepares me for this fight, you know. And I just think that, you know, Teofimo picked me at the wrong time, you know. Best time for me, worst time for him. That's my opinion, you know. So we'll see what happens.
And while you are an underdog for this fight, you're not a big one. So it seems like the secret's out now, and you're getting your respect.
Yeah, man. You know, I noticed it when the press conference. You know, when when I was amongst, you know, Rolly and Ryan and great fighters. You know, everyone was a great fighter on this card, including Teo. You know, he's a good fighter. So, you know, even though, you know, there has been trash talk and things happen, press conferences and all that, you know, at the end of the day, you know, I know Teo respects me as a fighter. I respect him as a fighter, you know, because, you know, he's done a lot of good things in the sport of boxing. So I respect him as a fighter. So, but May 2nd, man, I can't wait.
Like you said, you're not just fighting Teofimo Lopez, but you're going to be on the same card as Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney. Jose Ramirez, of course, fighting Devin Haney. Rolly Romero fighting Ryan Garcia in the main event. Does that add a little bit of extra pressure, just knowing that people are going to be comparing your performances against the other two guys in your division?
To me, it doesn't add pressure. To me, I just feel like my and Teal's fight is the best fight on the card. No disrespect to anybody else, you know. I just feel like, you know, mine and Teal's fight has more at stake than everyone else. You know, we have belts on the line. We have the WBO. We got the Ring magazine, you know. And not only that, but there's bad blood, you know. I just think that our fight's an exciting fight, you know. Like, I mean, I know where I'm coming from. I know what I'm going to come to do, you know what I mean? So I just feel like our fight's going to be, you know, it's for sure going to be a great appetizer, man, for the main course. You know, I think it might be full after ours, but, you know, it's going to be a good night.
Yeah, and it's not just bias here, because everyone's saying this is going to be the fight of the night. Yeah. I think people know now, like you mentioned, bad blood. Teofimo Lopez in New York is talking a lot of trash to you. Yeah. And then in Los Angeles, he slaps you, right?
Yeah.
You know, is this personal now, or is this just fight promotion for you?
Oh, man, nah, it's not fight promotion. You know, definitely, you know, when you put your hands on another man, it's personal. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But look, man, what happened. You know what I mean? And we both, you know, I mean, people call it promotion, but to me, it's not. To me, it's personal. You know, so that's the type of mindset I'm training with. You know, I'm coming. You know, I'm coming with everything I got, man. You know, and I know he is too. I know I'm gonna get the best Teo. He's gonna for sure get the best Barboza. So you know, I can't wait, man. May 2nd. You know, there's no more trash talking that needs to be done. Everything that happened already in those press conferences. Now it's like the fight's almost here. You know, I'm excited. Like, this is the first fight. Like, I'm not lying. This is the first fight that I just can't wait to get my hands, like, just touch them. You know, I just can't wait my gloves to hit them. You know, so can't wait.
Is that because of the slap, or is that because it's the title at stake?
It's everything, man. It's everything. It's all the 4 years of frustration. You know, everything that happened in the past, all the trash talk, not only in the press conference but before that. You know, it's me not, you know, not people not giving me the respect I feel like I deserve. You know, it's just all that, man, is going to be built into this fight. You know, and I just feel like people are going to be in for a good show. You mentioned the incredible run you're on. How would you compare your confidence level today, a couple of weeks out from this fight, versus a year ago when you're getting ready to fight Sean McComb? Oh, man, night and day, man, like night and day. It's not even funny. You know, this is way different, you know, because, I know what type of fighters I beat already. You know what I mean? Man, and the fighters I beat is no joke. Like you look at my last 3 fights compared to his last 3 fights, right? You can compare them. You know what I mean? If you put the fighters that I just fought versus 3 of the last fighters that I just fought against 3 of the last fighters that he fought, who wins? You know what I mean? But I'm very confident. I'm very confident. Man, May 2nd, everyone's gonna see.
Yeah, and look, Teofimo Lopez, he's a bit of an enigma, right? Sometimes he looks incredible. He had the Josh Taylor performance, of course, the Lomachenko win, and then sometimes he just looks off. Yeah. Obviously, you're preparing for the best version. What do you think that is?
I don't know. Maybe something goes on in at home or camps. I don't know. But I come out here to be isolated. And a lot of people can't handle it out here. People can't handle the solitude. On top of the altitude. But I don't know. For me, I'm not really worried about it. I know that the best Teal's coming. That's what I'm expecting. That's what we're getting ready for. I don't not see my family for sacrifice that for nothing. Someone's got to pay for it. And it's gonna be him, May 2nd.
Yeah, and I think you said earlier, right? This is your 7th camp in Big Bear.
Yeah.
Oscar De La Hoya did it. Sugar Shea Mosley did it. Devin Haney's doing it actually too, as you know. It's his first camp here.
Yeah.
Yeah, you laugh. You saying he stole the idea from you?
I don't know, man. Like I kind of feel like he did. You know what I mean? It's like boxing reminds me of the NFL now, bro. It's a copycat league. You know what I mean? So what if it works? And try not try it out.
Yeah, and of course you have Canelo Alvarez that trains in solitude, is also in the mountains up by Lake Tahoe. How much do you think that helps? What kind of edge does that give you?
Oh man, it's amazing, man. Like I said, a lot of fighters can handle it. Like we brought up, sparring partners before, and kind of like sad a little bit, but they can't handle the solitude, the altitude, and the training's brutal up here, man. Like just the runs, the runs, and then on top of the sparrings, you got 2 different sparring partners, and the altitude on top of that, and it gives you a lot of time to think. But you know what, man, it's amazing because it's all boxing, So you just train, eat, sleep, repeat. You know what I mean? That's all it is up here, man. And that's all we got to worry about.
Now, clearly, you're not looking past Teofimo Lopez. Yeah, but if you win this championship as you plan, what is your vision to defending this title? Man,
to be honest with you, I haven't even thought that far. My only vision is just beating him. You know what I mean? Like that's my only goal. It's like. I know how like Marquez felt when he beat Pacquiao, I feel like that's how I am. I feel like Marquez, I want to beat him so bad, you know what I mean? We'll cross that point when we get there, you know what I mean? I know that my last 2 fights, they had plans, promoters had plans, and I hope he doesn't have plans because, I'm wrecking them all, so we'll see.
And you get your first title shot in a very special setting, of course. We're going to be in the middle of Times Square in New York, outdoors. It's going to be a spectacle. What are you envisioning there?
Man, I can't even envision it, bro. I still don't even know how it's going to be set up or what's going to happen. But man, I'm just very excited and humbled, and grateful to be part of this. You know what I mean? This is history. You know what I mean? Like no one's ever done it. 3 fights only, no undercard, no prospects, no nothing like that. It's all business. You got 6 of the best fighters in the division, right? Well, I don't know if they're moving up, down, whatever it is, but I know me and Teo are the best in the division, and can't wait to show it.
All right, well, May 2nd in Times Square. We can't wait to see you there, and best of luck.
I appreciate you guys, man. Thank you.